We are here on the ground.
Yes.
Day one. National Senior Championships and Junior Championships 2025. We are here with
Albert Mirage.
and he is a budding
Sports analyst, eventually sports commentator, and I might just start my own blog, so look out for that.
Look out for it. He
Yes.
knows his thing. And it was a windy day.
Jesus.
Negative winds for the athletes. But let me just tell you something. They were competing with who could look the easiest. Let's dive into that women's 100 meters. Now let's start off with the first heat where Sherika Jackson took the heat, and this race was run in a negative 1.4 meters per second wind, and she ran a 11.20 seconds. Crystal Slowly was right behind her, 11.30, and Natasha Morrison behind them for third, 11.35. What I loved is that this signaled Sherika Jackson is back.
Yes,
She looked absolutely easy.
She did,
I was
she
like,
did.
oh my gosh, trouble
Yeah.
dede. Trouble
The top end
dede.
speed, the pickup.
Look here.
The pickup.
For those who were underestimating Sherika and saying she was done,
Nah.
another thing will come. Also, for me, my bad. I missed out on, talking about Crystal Slowly, in my preview video, but she's definitely one that I'm keeping my eye on. And she came out and she also looked good in this women's 100 meters. Remember, they've been running in a negative wind, negative 1.4 meters per second wind. She looked absolutely easy, but there was more to come. I mean, never think that it could have get any better. There was the second heat with Tia Clayton taking that. This one though was running a negative 2.6 meters per second. Now Tia took it with an 11.21, Janelle Smith 11.28, Alana Reed 11.42 seconds. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. Tia look like she should unlock one new level of speed. One speed where she can't even manage. Girl that take her time and run and look like she not even know how to take time run. Me if I said Jesus. What were your thoughts?
I think Tia did very well. Alana started very well, but then the fade at the end. But I think she'll pick up the more that she goes forward. But I think it was a really great race. I think
it was good. The only concern for Tia though,
the tape.
It
makes me worry.
So we will have to see what happens in the semifinals, leading into the finals. But as things stand right now, Sherika look good. Tia look good. Well, if you say okay, we're competing with ease. What did the next athlete have? The GOAT. Shelly Fraser Price. She was up next, and Jesus, when I tell you, the bouncer. Who did say she done?
Never.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
So
Never.
she ran in a negative 2.1 meters per second wind. She took it 11.33 seconds. Carletta Barnard second, 11.47 seconds, and Kemba Nelson 11.48 seconds. So just separated by the hundredths of a second. But Shelly Fraser Price looked as easy as it could get. As that right there is the standard. That is what sprinting looks like when you are going your easiest. That was
she got out of the dry phase and just cruised. Wow. The semis are gonna be
blown away.
Yeah.
We were blown away. We were blown away. But
wow.
Just in case you thought it was finished. No. The fourth heat, oh my gosh.
Tina Fey.
Oh my gosh. The fourth heat. I was like, wait a minute. The five that we mentioned, they're coming, and they're coming to destroy. Who takes though? Just 3 spots. 5 can't go into that. Let's jump into the fourth semi-final. Tina Clayton takes it. 11.27 seconds. This was done in a negative 2.2 meters per second wind, with Brenna Williams second, 11.37, and Shania Douglas third, 11.67 seconds. Tina.
That starts.
Tina. Oh my gosh. I said Tina wants in my preview video. She more than wants in. She's looking like she's ready to book her plane ticket already. Look like she's already there and sign up. And I said, look here, let me through the gate. I'm going to Tokyo. That's how good she absolutely looked.
She knows
and I started to sweat because I was like, okay, Sherika Jackson. Then don't get me wrong, all these athletes have different running styles. That's
Right.
the first thing that we have to, recognize as
Definitely,
well.
yeah.
So they all look easy and comfortable with what they're typically doing. And I'm thinking and I'm saying, okay, so all this I gotta go. But then, just in case you thought Brianna was out, she is not. Because if you realize in that race, Brianna didn't give you that Brianna start. Brianna recognizing that, look here, 2 win at a race, I go for it,
The 2 win.
Might as well we take it easy. So Tia had one plan to take it easy, Brianna had another plan to take it easy.
I agree.
She didn't give you that typical Brianna,
The Brianna
bullet start.
Right.
She's holding something back.
I agree.
She's saving something. And it's just going to make things even more exciting.
I agree.
For the semi-final into the actual final.
I cannot wait for the fixtures for the semis. No matter how they draw, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. Oh my gosh. No,
Yes.
with that being said, I think that those semi-finals, I did say that we're gonna look forward to, I think, a semi of death is gonna come up with 3 athletes.
Oh, for sure.
3 of the best are actually gonna be in the same
In the
semi.
same.
That was my thought process.
I think so
I
too.
can't wait to see those heat sheets to see how it
Who
actually
will be in
goes
what?
and who will be in what. But
I think Shelly will have to take on the twins. Based
on times, Sherika gets into one,
Yeah.
Tia gets into one, Tina gets into the other. Shelly is gonna be in one with somebody.
One of those 3.
Yep, Shelly's gonna be in one. And then there's Brianna. Ooh. Do they get separated? They may get separated.
And it's crazy. Brianna and Shelly have a history of almost always being in the heats
Maybe
and
not.
semis with each
Crystal
other.
Slowly has a 11.30. Maybe not. Crystal Swole is 11.30 plus Janelle Smith 11.28. So my thought process is Shelly, Tina, and maybe same Brianna end up in the same.
They tend to
End up
actually.
into
The same.
semi.
Yeah.
But let us see. Let's see how that goes. If you thought the women's 100 meters was draw dropping, oh my gosh, the men had
men.
something else in store.
Oh my God. That heat with Kishane.
Before we get to Kishane,
yes.
Don't jump the gun. Let's start.
Yes.
Let's start. Let's just rein things in.
Yes.
And let's start with Heat 1.
Heat 1, of course.
Akeem Blake.
Taking
that dead wind. 10.07
10.07
seconds. Boaji and Kumi 10.14 and Kadrian Golson 10.20. I think this was well within my expectations for a Akeem Blake.
Yeah.
Nothing looked outside the ordinary
Right.
for him. This was an easy qualification for him. Again, check the boxes to head to the semi-final round.
Right.
Again, to get another shot
Easy.
at potentially making that men's
The men's
100 meter
100
team.
team.
I don't think he said a foot wrong. I don't
No.
think a foot was wrong in
No.
this men's 100 meters.
No, I don't.
Boaji and Kumi, I didn't mention him and people clocked me and that is because I had so many people talking about it. And honestly, I was
Yeah.
looking at him because
Yeah.
I was focusing on those races a week before.
Right,
and he
right.
was also one of those athletes that I was looking at and I was saying he's coming, but I don't know why I forgot
Yeah,
to
but
mention
can I
him.
say though, I think he was a standout at this heat.
Yes, I do think so. He
He-
looked really good.
He's usually a starter, but that pickup and that top end
Yep.
speed,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
he's
Yep.
he's training at the home of Usain
Yep.
Bolt. That
okay.
he displayed that.
10.14 for him and Kadrian Golson 10.20. So
Kadrian is
these
always
men
in the
making it in.
Yes.
Let's see what happens in the semi. Heat
Let's-
2, Oblique Seville.
Oblique Seville. Ooh, I think he's back. He was having a,
I don't think he was having anything.
You don't think so?
No, I think he was
Ooh.
working on his strength, like I said.
The last.
I
like
said, look at his start. Oblique Seville has an awesome start.
He
You didn't
does.
see that start anywhere.
Yeah.
But guess what we saw tonight?
Yes.
That start is back.
Yes.
That Oblique Seville is deadly.
I agree.
That Oblique
I
Seville
agree.
is coming with something. That
Wow.
Oblique Seville clocked a 10.12 in a negative 0.9 meters per second wind. So, y'all thought he wasn't going to challenge Kishane? No. It's going down tomorrow night. It is going down in that men's 100
Absolutely.
meters. And Oblique Seville will be right there.
Will be right there.
Now, for second in this race, Jelani Garden 10.28 and Ryan Ford 10.29. So these guys round out the field. I think managing to make it through. They were the better of the lot, Chucky. So
Usual
no
suspects.
problem. Yeah, usual success you would say.
Yes.
So let's see what happens with them in the semi-final round. But the man that stands head and shoulders above everybody else from this semi-final, definitely Oblique
Yeah,
Seville.
for sure.
No, Heat 3.
Heat 3.
The man walk.
The bloodbath.
The man walk. The man walk the whole race.
But T, what's your thoughts on the lineup? Gary Card, DeAndre Daly.
I think it was a really, really strong heat.
Woo.
Not for Kishane.
Not for Kishane.
But the people behind.
The youngsters.
The youngsters.
Gary.
It was really sad to see Gary pull up again. And I'm starting to, have different thoughts when it comes to Gary and in these races. But I'll say that for another day.
Right.
But it was really tough to see him pull up again in yet another race.
Yeah.
But the man I really want to highlight, outside of Rohan Watson that came second in the race. So Kishane was first, negative 1.3 meters per second wind. He ran at 10.12. Rohan second, 10.28. That was pretty much expected in terms of where he placed.
Right.
Christopher Taylor.
The top end speed.
No start. No. He has no dry phase.
That was all.
I mentioned it. He has no dry phase.
He has no. Yeah, you're right.
Give him some time.
Give him some time.
Give him some time to cook, and he's gonna be there with them.
I was on Twitter, and they're like, and I said to them, that young man, he's something special.
He is something special.
Give him time.
They underestimated him.
They are underestimating him.
I said when he ran that 10 point, what was it, 4?
Yeah.
A week ago.
Yeah.
And I said, look at his race. He had zero dry phase.
Mm-hmm.
Zero dry phase. Focus. This
Yeah.
man is coming. And even with a zero dry phase again tonight.
And then the thing
was
is,
right there with
yes,
them.
and then remember, he might not have been able to train as much, especially for the 100, 200. That might have been a last ditch
With
effort.
the 400 meters, you don't need a dry phase.
Right, no.
You don't need a dry phase.
No.
So all those technicalities that he will have to learn for the 100 meters, he hasn't learned yet.
No.
So we have to give him some time to
Yeah.
cook. But that young man, watch out for him. I definitely think he's going to be placing high in the semi-final.
I do.
And if not, he could probably sneak into the finals.
Listen, if they work on that start,
underestimated him, he probably can sneak
he could sneak into the final.
He
And if you sneak into the final,
he's there for the relay. No, he's definitely there for the relay.
yes.
He's and
What
what
leg
did
would
I
you
talk
put him
about?
on?
The backstretch.
Okay.
That's easy
Ah.
easy.
Okay, I see.
All right, so that was what happened. And as we said, Gary Card pulled up, so that was really disappointing to see
really.
for him. The fourth heat.
Bryan Lavelle. Can I say something? On Twitter, I said there's an athlete that I might count them out depending on how Bryan Lavelle performs.
Well, I'm sorry for you because Bryan Lavelle making no sense here and he's ready and he's taking
Exactly.
If 3 people not beat him, that is pretty much what Bryan Lavelle said tonight.
I agree.
3 people are not beating him. He took his heat running the only athlete to go sub 10, 9.99 seconds into a negative 0.5 meters per second wind. Not as much as some of the others, to be fair.
Right.
So my estimation is, our guesstimation would be,
Yes.
based on the effort, all of them gave the same effort.
I agree.
Kishane gave the same effort,
I
though
agree.
he looked the easiest.
Yes.
Kishane gave, that same. So the times for me, it seems, are pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same, yeah.
The times are pretty much the same. But as I said, Bryan Lavelle is not 3 people now beating. That's what he's
I
letting
agree.
you know.
And
So
he didn't quite get the start.
he didn't.
But you see throughout the pickup, oh
Listen,
my.
Me no know how to go.
This is a 19-7 run.
I told y'all that 4 can go into 3, and that's
can go into
literally
3.
what we see playing out, and it's so sad.
Yeah.
Look here, Wonder Diamond League. We
Yeah.
don't need to fix up that by then,
But
only
hold
need
on.
to fix up that
No,
by then.
but my thing is, right? There's no way you run 19-7 when they did or not, and not be able to put down a solid 100 meters.
No, people would be crazy if they were underestimating Bryan.
I agree.
You would be crazy if you were underestimating him. So he took
Is
and he's looking really, really good.
I agree.
Those semifinals are going to be crazy. Sandre Davison, he's one that I highlighted as well. He
Yes.
could give us a sub 10.
Sandre.
He's
He's been in the mix lately, and I love that.
Hopefully he navigates his rounds properly.
Yes.
He's had that issue.
Yeah.
So hopefully he does navigate properly. 10.12 and Taekwondo Tracy 10.15.
Always there.
Listen, I said in my preview video that he's always there, and you all
Always
clowned
there.
him in the comment section. Taekwondo is always there. He knows how to navigate
He
rounds
knows how to
and make it
navigate
into
the
finals. And he does it here, navigates the first round, and I can't wait to see what happens in the second round with him. I'm so excited.
I agree.
I'm so excited.
What about the semis?
Yeah. We're gonna have to wait until that particular run. I don't think these athletes will be troubled. Let's just put it that way.
For the semis?
No, they will not.
Okay.
These 4, regardless of if some of them are in the same semi,
or
it
not.
doesn't matter.
I
They're
agree.
gonna easily qualify.
I agree.
There's
I agree.
no question.
I agree.
These 4 are head and shoulders above everybody else. Kishane, Oblique, Akeem, and Bryan Lavelle. They are head and shoulders above
Johan make the final?
everybody else. Who?
Didn't Johan make the final?
Johan.
Yeah.
I am not even sure if he made the semi, I think he did.
He made it.
Yes, he did.
Sorry, not the final. The semi.
semi-final. Yes, he did.
Yes, we need to speak about him.
Yes, he
I
did.
feel as though we keep counting him out, thinking that he.
I don't think we count him out. It's just that you can't deny when their young talent that is overtaking.
Is overtaking you. I
right?
agree.
if he was still Johan 969, we would not be having
Never,
this
no
debate.
doubt, never
We wouldn't
know.
be having this debate.
Right, I
But the
agree.
problem is that, you know, he hasn't been that 969 athlete, and
Nor-
young
and
people
nor
are coming up now
consistent.
running faster.
I agree.
So us highlighting those faster athletes doesn't mean we're
Doesn't mean that
underestimating
that's true.
Johan.
That's true.
It's just that they're faster
They're
right
faster.
now. So it is what it is.
And
but
he still made the semis.
he still made the semi.
So-
Let's see how it goes. It's gonna be tough, I have to admit,
It
for him
will
to
be.
make the final.
Oh my! If he makes that final,
Yeah.
I will be. I'll accept that. I'll be proud of that.
Yeah, that would be really, really
That would
good.
be my, you know.
And I think this is probably his final year, correct? And he wants to sign off going to the World Championships
Right.
and competing for
Yeah.
Jamaica. So hopefully, let's
Hopefully.
see what happens for him in this men's 100-meter semis.
Yes.
But yeah,
Ooh.
it's hot, it's spicy, and I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know where to catch me?
Yes.
Right here. Right here. In case you don't know, it's the National Stadium is over there.
Show
They're right
up
there, so.
and show out.
Yeah.
Especially for Shelly.
Shelly will be
Guys,
turning
okay.
on the heat. Wow.
Everybody's patriotic. Let's show it.
Yep.
Let's show. Bye.